Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. And there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. I'll wake up in a do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't know the lyrics after that point. Neither do I. Do you, Michael? No, nobody does. All right, baby doll, should we get the show on the road? Let's get the show on the road. All right, where's the intro song? Oka hey, BOOZHOO gakina awiya. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO by Michael Lyons, the podcast about Ojibwe language and what you call it, culture. What you call it? I am NANABOOZHOO, and with me once again today, as she is every day, the lovely and talented Natasha. Ikadon BOOZHOO ni weenie mushane. Say hello, my sweetheart. BOOZHOO, my sweetheart. And over in this corner, weighing in at maybe 170 pounds, soaking wet. That's probably about right. The rock star cartoonist himself, Michael Lyons. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Michael Lyons. Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. Man, I really enjoyed watching your quitting weed videos. Hey, thanks a lot, man. You know, it's raw, it's unscripted, it's honest, it's talking about a pretty taboo thing, and I don't know, having this little 10-minute bite-size, podcasts, people seem to like it. Yeah, we're getting like 3 times as many views for those little quitting weed videos as we are for the live stream. Yeah, I know. What's up with that? BOOZHOO crew's all like, hey, what's Michael doing? He's quitting weed? Let's watch that instead of learning Ojibwe. Nah. No, just kidding. Hey, Curtis is here, sweetie. Curtis Mills? Yep. Well, BOOZHOO, Curtis. How you doing, Curtis? Welcome back to the show. Johnny Redcorn. BOOZHOO, John. Hey, Mr. Redcorn. MJ's here. Well, hello, MJ. How you doing? And Jimmy Dunn. Jimmy Dunn. How you doing, Jim? And yeah, the BOOZHOO crew is filing in. Hey, sweetie, before we go any further. Yeah? Can you do me a favor? Well, sure. What do you need? Would you go in the kitchen and make me a sandwich? Hey! No. What kind do you want? No, I'm just kidding. You see that? She doesn't get offended when I ask her to make me a sandwich. Because Natasha's traditional, ladies. That's right. It ain't all just, well, before I get into that. Okay. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. No. Hey. Hello. BOOZHOO Beneshiyag. Hello, birds. I wanted to come out here and say a quick prayer before we started the show. I got to ask the Creator to help me speak well. Asema. Tobacco. BOOZHOO Kitchimanado. Hello, Great Spirit. Otapana niwi asema. Accept my tobacco. Mikwach kaiji kakina gego. Kaiji chikean Nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Miigwech ka iji bamadazian. Thank you for this life. We duka wishin. Ando in a way, Deepakak. Help me to speak well tonight. Miigwech gagage niwi gosh gendomoen. Thank you for healing my sadness. Miigwech gagage niwi osido endam. Thank you for healing my grief. Miigwech ga bizin dawieg. Thank you for listening. Apeyenge. Amen. I'll put on my tobacco when I pray. It's like a little offering. And I don't mind telling, a lot of you guys already know this, but it has been, it has been one heck of a summer. It's been a heavy summer around our little house, but it's been very good. Michael spent a dark night of the soul. He's been fighting some of his own demons, and I think he wiped them out. I think he killed off his demons. He's come out the other side. So tonight I kind of wanted to talk about, I forget what I called the show, how to walk the red road or something like that. How to be a traditional Indian. I got an email today, or a note from a viewer of the show, and he goes, "How do you get an Indian name? What's up with that?" And I'm like, wow, where do I start? Do you get it when you're a baby? Or do you get it when you grow up? Who gives you an Indian name? Does great, good questions. But I thought I'd come out here and talk about it a little bit. Because getting an Indian name isn't really about getting an Indian name. I mean, anybody can get a name. You can start calling yourself, Little Nas X, and people will call you that. Oh, call me Caitlyn Jenner from now on. Names are, don't mean anything. There's an old joke. Guy comes up to a medicine man, a mushkiki, and he says, "Hey, how do you decide the names that you give out?" And I noticed everybody in this village have interesting names. There's Walking Bear and Flying Eagle and, all this stuff. Oh no, it was his grandson. His grandson comes. It was Grandpa. His grandpa was because how do you decide? He goes, "Well, grandson, sit down, I will tell you. You see, a medicine man, he gets inspiration from the world. So when somebody offers me tobacco and they want to get a name, I'll go into the lodge, I'll take a nap, and maybe I'll have a dream. Well, more times than not, I'll come out, and the first thing I see is with that name. Like your older brother, Sitting Bear. When I came out, I saw a bear sitting there, so I called your older brother Sitting Bear. Your older sister, her name is Flying Eagle, because when I came out, I looked up and there was an eagle flying, and so I gave her the name Flying Eagle. But tell me, grandson, what's with the questions? I mean, why do you ask two dogs fucking? No, sorry for the bad language. That joke only works if you swear. But for a lot of us Gen X Anishinaabe people, getting an Indian name had more to do with making a commitment to walk the red road. In Ojibwe, we call the red road Misqua Mikanawan. Misqua Mikanawan. Misqua is the color red. Mikana is a road. But then if you want to say any road is Mikana. But the road, you'd add a 1. Mikanawan. Misqua Mikanawan is the red road. There are 2 paths. There's a red road and there's a black road. The Makere Mikanan. Mikanan. Mikanan 1. Makere Mikanan 1 is the black road. The black road is filled with addiction and alcoholism and dirty websites and ice cream and tombstone pizza and cheating on your wife and ignoring your kids and being selfish. The black road is the wide road that most people walk. We're living in a fallen world, I don't know about everything in the Bible, but the old stories. Back in the beginning of the Bible, they talk about people walking a bad way. The fall of man. Oops, I just fell. It must be the fall of man. But the problem is people are not living well. Myself included. That's when you're walking the black road. And the thing is, for a while, you can have fun. Or you think you're having fun. Running around, banging your drum. But it doesn't lead to happiness. And it doesn't lead to peace. The black road leads to depression. Osita Wendem. It leads to sadness. Kashkein Namoan. So for a lot of us, there comes a time, if you're lucky and you got some good adults around, like maybe you actually have a dad. Back in the days of the grandfathers, men would raise their sons. It ain't like today where you knock up some lady and then get out of there. Our grandfathers had fathers who, when that boy would reach an age of maturity, the men of the village would take him out into the bush, take him out in the wild and teach him how to be a man. He'd test his strength and courage and honesty and patience and stuff like that. But they would impart wisdom on how to live a good way. And these men would also show the young man through their own lives how living a good life had built them. That's a problem with dads nowadays. They're all fat losers, and so when they go tell their 14-year-old son how to live, what are you going to say? You're going to tell him how to eat right? You don't know. You're going to tell him how to make a family? You don't know. He didn't marry his mom. That's the breakdown of the family. But back in the days before everything went to crap, the men would say, "Look, listen. If you wanna be a man, now you already have a name, but this is a medicine man. This is an elder I respect, who prays a lot and has taught me a lot. We call him the wet-ah. Wet-ah. He's like an uncle. He's going to give you a name." And so there would be a rite of passage where a young boy would get a name, another name, a second name. And it would mark the time when he'd start walking the red road. He'd learn the ways and the traditions of our people. And he'd learn about the battles and the demons and the spirits, the manji manaduk, the bad spirits you should avoid, like alcohol, lying, and pride. You know, nobody likes to talk about it, but we're not supposed to have pride. Don't be marching in them parades, you guys. This ain't no time for a pride parade. Pride comes before a fall. A true Anishinaabe, Winini, a true Indian man, he's humble. That doesn't mean he doesn't know that he's great. He creates him. He makes himself great. He makes himself strong. He works out, eats right, gets his head screwed on straight. That means he's walking the red road. There's a lot of things on that little narrow red road you can learn once you start down that path. And it's the only way to win, is to walk the red road. But people don't want to walk there. All their buddies are on the black road. Come on, man. No, I want to be on the black road. You get to wear your pants sagging below your butt. No. Oh, I like the black road. You get to twerk. What? That's not our way, you guys. We got to walk the red road. We're red men. No. We're ruthless savages. We got to walk the red road. But it starts with prayer. Anama-e. You got to get to know your Creator. You start praying. Put out your tobacco. You start talking to Him about your problems. You get honest. You get real. And you get humble. If you don't get humble, the world will humble you. You might as well start by putting your head down. Get on your knees. Ain't gonna kill you. You get humble and you apologize for the shenanigans you've been pulling on while you're walking down that black road. You ask the Creator, hey, sorry. Here's one thing I learned in my many years walking the path. Sometimes my path was pretty black. And sometimes it was red with the blood of my enemies. Nah. One of the things I learned is that don't listen to anybody who tells you the Creator's mad. Creator loves you. He made you. I had a vision once, and in just a couple of seconds, all this wisdom was imparted to me. It was like being downloaded with a bunch of little nuggets of wisdom. Nabuakawin, the wisdom. You know, my vision, I learned that. I just became aware of. I was reminded or something. I was like, no, he ain't mad at you at all. The Creator made one son, Jesus, and then everybody else is like his daughter, just as precious to him as his son, Jesus. You know? You and me, the Creator, you know, he looks at us like, I don't know, if you ever had, some of you guys are my generation, and maybe you got a daughter who doesn't behave very well. You know, she got tattoos, she put gauges in her ear, she went off to college, and now she's a feminist, and she's getting abortions and that. Well, it breaks your heart, and you're like, oh, I wish she wouldn't act like that. She's got an OnlyFans, you know, that's not good. It's not good for her. But you don't love her any less. You just wish that she would walk the red road instead of the black road. Well, that's what the Creator thinks of us. He's not mad. Yeah, he doesn't approve of some of the stuff we do, because it's not good for us. But there's nothing we can do that's going to make him mad. It's not like, there's a couple of things God can't do. That was the other thing I learned in my vision. Yeah, God's got limits. Everyone's, oh, God is so great. Get your money to do it. There's nothing he can't do. Nope. There's a lot he can't do. Number one, God cannot give a shit. Excuse my language. God cannot revere anything. There's nothing a human being can do that impresses God. He's God. He's the greatest. Everything is a lesser version of him by like 1/5. The most beautiful person you could possibly imagine is 1/5 as beautiful as God. The most creative, beautiful artwork, music you could possibly ever create in 1,000 lifetimes is just 1/5 as beautiful as anything God would sing. You know, he's the greatest at everything. But because of that, he can't be impressed with you. You know, God is super irreverent. Nothing is like sacred to God. He doesn't go, oh, look out, here comes the Pope. I sure do respect the Pope. No, God does not respect the Pope. God loves the Pope, in spite of the Pope's many sins. Just like he loves you. And he's cheering for you. And he knows you can get on the red road. And he's trying to talk to you. He talks to you through visions and inspiration and coincidences. You know, you hear that song at just the right time and it speaks to you. That's true. That's real. The Creator loves to reach out through the radio or through a YouTube video. Maybe even through a live stream, Ojibwe Puppet podcast. You don't know where he's gonna. Apparently, in my walk, I've learned he doesn't like to talk just out loud. I think he knows that would freak you out. You might even be asking, "Oh, give me a sign," and he's like, "Yeah, I think I'd blow your mind if I gave you a sign, my child. How about I send this really awesome song by, the Counting Crows at just the right moment that you need to hear something. There you go. Have fun." And that's all I know about the Red Road. Today is Ojibwe word of the day. Misqua Mikanawan. The Red Road. When you walk the Red Road, one of the things you may get is an Indian name. There's many different customs and ways of doing that, so I can't answer the question, how do you get an Indian name? Don't ask me for an Indian name. I don't give out Indian names. I give out nicknames. I'll be like, I'm going to call you... I can't even think of a nickname now. And this has been your Uncle NanaBOOZHOO's moment of Nabwakawin wisdom. What? Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I could be wrong. I was going to tell them what I know and what I think. Yeah, it does kind of feel like Creator just told me to tell him this. But again, I might just be making that up. Right? These guys. All right, I better go home. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. BOOZHOO. Hi, sweetie. Well, hi, NanaBOOZHOO. You ready to come home? Yeah, can you pick me up? You got it. And that's one to teleport. Make it so, number one. Nah. It's time to start the music. Hey, baby doll. Well, hello. Welcome home. Thank you so much. Did you talk about how to get an Indian name? Kinda. I started talking about walking a red road and reminding people that the creator loves them. Yeah. For some reason. You want to add anything to that? Nah, I think I was spot on. Spot on, as they say in England. Hey, sweetie. Yeah? You got a call on line 2. Oh, really? Line 2? I wonder who that is. Hello, caller. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. You're on the air. Oh, whoa, 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 woo, woo! Hey there, NanaBOOZHOO. It's me, Paul Stanley of Kiss. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Sweetie, it's Paul Stanley. Oh, hi, Paul. How you doing? Hey there, Natasha. I'm doing great. NanaBOOZHOO, I was watching your show, and I wanted to know, how do you say Thursday in Ojibwe? Oh, how do you say Thursday? I'm so glad you asked. I haven't gotten around to that. Thursday in Ojibwe is Neo-Giza-Good. We call it the 4th day. Neo-Giza-Good, the 4th day, or Thursday. That's right. Why do they call it Thursday, NanaBOOZHOO? Well, I don't know why they call it Thursday. We call it the 4th day because we call Monday the 1st day. So it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the 4th day. Where does Thursday come from, sweetie? Thursday is a derivative of thirsty because of Thirsty Thursday. Nah, you don't know either. I have no idea. Yeah. And then we were talking about the red road. I was watching you outside when you said your prayer, and then you talked about the red road. Yeah, the Misquah Mikana one. I'm walking the red road in my platform heels. Are ya? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, you probably are. I mean, I definitely think it's time to retire. I thought you were retiring in July. No, we're going to retire in December. Yeah, December. So, are you going to come to our last show on our end of the road tour? No. You got to come watch me mouth the words to I Was Made for Loving You. Yeah, that's why I'm not going. And I have all of about $75 in my checking account. Well, how come people don't give you super chats? Because they're broke too. I don't know. Hey, everybody. If you like the show, give a thumbs up. Yeah, thanks, Paul. That's all right. Well, hey, I better get going. How do you say goodbye in Ojibwe? Well, Paul, we don't really say goodbye. We say, I will see you again. Kika min, Minawa. Well, Kika min, Mina. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's great. I will see you again, Paul. All right, see ya. Paul Stanley, sweetie. He's so cool. Yeah, he's all right. It's pretty cool your childhood hero calls in so often. Yeah. I'm honored Paul Stanley watches our show. Yeah, huh? I'm 57 years old, John. I've got it, but no one wants to see it. Is that an MJ? Yeah. And they are definitely not paying for it. 57. Oh, wow. She's even older than you, Michael. Yeah, barely. Respect, MJ. 57. MJ knows about being Generation X. Is she a Generation X? Yeah, I think it starts with her. She's, I think, 1 year older than MJ, and you start being a baby boomer. Oh, is that how that works? Yeah. It's because the World War II generation, okay, this is the boarding school generation, grew up and became the World War II generation. They had kids. They became the baby boomer generation. Baby boomers had kids. They became Generation X. Generation X had kids. They became millennials. And now the millennials are having kids, and they're whatever they are, Zoomers or something like that. Dear baby boomers, don't do it. What? You don't even know what I'm going to do. You're going to do the open letter to baby boomers. Are going to get into trouble. I don't think any baby boomers watch our show. They don't understand the internet. Dear baby boomers, this is an open letter from Generation X. On behalf of all of us in our generation, your kids hate you. Don't say that! Your kids hate your guts. You know how you didn't appreciate your parents when they went to war, and how your mother had to go into the work for the first generation of women to work in like the factories and stuff for the war effort? You know how we gave you all these scholarships to go to college, and you didn't appreciate that? You just partied up, drank and smoked, and didn't raise your kids. You just paid attention to yourselves because you're baby boomers. Well, the kids are all grown up now. And you know why they could care less if they bring their kids over to your house? That house that took the precedent over your children. The house you worked so hard to buy. You put all your effort. You went to the work. You went to the job. You took out a loan. You kissed your father-in-law's butt for the down payment. You mowed every Sunday. That big old empty house you live in now with your ugly fat wife, your kids aren't bringing their kids around because they got nothing in common with you. I blame baby boomers for the breakdown of the family. I don't blame the internet. I take no responsibility. But, yeah, I think baby boomers, they just in general, you guys invented racism. You guys invented all this, I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. Hey, guess what? Let's all get on the pill and cheat on our wives. We're going to go to Woodstock. Well, who's watching your kids? Babysitter. Those guys invented babysitters. There's a reason why Generation X felt so alienated. We had crappy parents who were paying attention to themselves and not us. Remember that scene with Ali Sheedy in The Breakfast Club? I remember everything about The Breakfast Club. Which scene? She's talking to Emilio, and they're walking down the hallway, and they stop, and he's like, "Is it bad at home?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's really bad." And she starts tearing up, and he's nodding his head like he understands. And he goes, "Is it really bad?" She's like, "Yeah." And you think she's gonna say they're doing horrible stuff, but they were. But you know what she says? "They ignore me." Yeah. I get choked up remembering little Ali Sheedy in tears. They ignore me. The one commonality of all these school shooters is that they're ignored by their parents. They didn't have any friends, and I'm bullied. You weren't bullied. Nobody even knew you were alive. And that hurts worse than being called the F word. And I don't mean F-U-C-K. I mean being called a fag. Were you ever called a fag, Michael? I was called a fag more than most homosexuals. Because he had a haircut like Rick Springfield. Yeah, pretty much. All right. So, those are just some of my thoughts that came to my mind. And I thought I'd share it with the BOOZHOO crew. You ready to get up here? Sure. Yeah. I'm going to let Natasha get up here. But first, here's a song written and produced and sung by the rock star cartoonist Michael Lyons. This song is called Wake and Bake. Miigwech bizin dawieg. But it's got nothing to do with you. I've got no one, still you won't do. And after today I'd say we are quite through. But I know you won't break down, you won't miss a step, you won't be around, and you'll never forget it. One day, when I'm old and gray, I might look back and say that these were the golden days. And one day, when I'm old and I'm gray, I might look back and say this was the price I paid. Now so it goes, or so they say, time's like a mountainscape. Well, I don't know, but I can't complain. God knows I've got my own escape. And sometimes I just might, even in the middle of the night. Well, sometimes and someday, sometimes, well, I wake and bake. But it's got nothing to do with you. I've got no one, still you won't do. And after today I'd say we are quite through. But I know you won't break down, you won't miss a step, you won't be around, and you'll never regret it. One day, when I'm old and gray, I might look back and say that these were the golden days. One day, when I'm old and I'm gray, I might look back and say this was the price I paid. Even in the middle of the day, Stephen grins a little, so they say. Sometimes, well, I wake and bake. Ah, Bagheera. What a beautiful kitty. BOOZHOO Gakina Awia. Hello, everybody. Natasha Nindijan Cause. Natasha is my name. Yeah. Nicely done, Michael Lyons. Hey, thanks. You too. Oh, yeah, I sang harmonies on that. Well, how you guys doing? Hey, MJ just gave us a $5 super chat. Hey, miigwech, MJ. Gee, miigwech. Oh, and coming up second is John Redcorn. Miigwech, John. Okay, hey, miigwech. Right on. Got $10. $10 is when you're playing guitar on a sidewalk. I think they call it busking. Getting $10 worth of tips after playing for 45 minutes would be a really good night. Michael, what's the most you ever made playing guitar on the sidewalk? in one night? Yeah. I think I made $35 in a condom. What? Yeah, some guy threw a condom in my case once. That's disgusting. Yeah, I don't know what he meant by it. Yeah, it's a hard, it's a hard life trying to make money off of music, but we just made $10. So gee, miigwech, thank you so much. Hey, you know what else, Rockstar? What's that? Guess who made $147 so far from Amazon? Me? Yep. Want to say miigwech to everyone who's been ordering Michael Lyons' books on Amazon.com. We had a couple of kind of what was made? Did we make like $10? Well, if you mean me, yeah, I think we had $10 that month. And there's two more. Whenever we get royalties, or Michael gets royalties from his books on Amazon, we get a little email that says, in the next 2 to 5 business days, you'll get a deposit from Amazon.com. But then it'll say like Amazon.com Canada, or Amazon.com US, or Amazon.com EU, European Union. Because we sell books all over the world. Not a lot of books, but wherever. So this month, or last month, we sold in 3 different countries. And, it's just, I feel so grateful that people are supporting our show and by ordering books. So if you'd like to order, here's a really good book. If you want to learn some more Ojibwe phrases and that, Michael Lyons has a book for sale called Ojibwe Words and Phrases. And this is just kind of a quick reference guide. It has like the days of the week, the months of the year, animal names, greetings, how to say gigawabamin, minawa. Just all the words and phrases we use on the show. It's not a dictionary. You're still going to have to buy the old concise Minnesota Ojibwe dictionary. But this is a good thing to have if, oh, heaven forbid, you're actually a school that teaches Ojibwe language and you've been photocopying stuff off the internet as your textbook. You guys have the funds. Order Ojibwe language words and phrases by Michael Lyons today, please. I get so annoyed. Yeah, I don't know if that's the best selling tactic, right? Oh, I had another great $1 million idea. I'm just going to give to the BOOZHOO crew. What's that? Well, you know how we had this idea? We had an idea 4 years ago that no one's done yet that we could do. We're free, you guys. We're not copyrighted. If you want to use my likeness to sell stuff, go ahead. It's just good advertising for us. But when we started the show, our first Ojibwe word of the day was makade mashkiki wabu, black medicine water or coffee. And it occurred to me, it's like, why don't we go buy some cheap Folgers? You rip off the label. It's a paper label. We print up some labels with our pictures on it. And we write the words makade mashkiki wabu, in parentheses, black medicine water, and quotes, real Anishinaabe coffee, or whatever. You can make, just sell our black medicine water. Nobody picked that up. Now, Misquagamiwi, Red Lake, is going to start selling weed. We explained last live stream that weed
Anytime people have heard the whisperings of love medicine, what is love medicine? Well, it's marijuana. It's that simple. It is marijuana and only marijuana. Is when people talk about love medicine, they're talking about cannabis, weed. Bushko BGK, Bushko BGK. So, why doesn't somebody take a picture of us getting high and put love medicine and the Ojibwe word for it, Zaga Mushkiki, and slap that on all the labels of the weed they sell up in Red Lake? Real, authentic Native American marijuana. Love medicine. Buy your bag of love medicine. It's the greatest marketing tool. But I know we'll never do anything about it.
Yeah, I can't be bothered.
So, if anybody wants to do that, call us up. We'll take a picture. We'll do it for free. Misquagabi Red Lake. If you want us to do a commercial on our show for your love medicine factory up there, let us know. We'll do it for free. Northern Lights, if you'd like us to do a commercial about your casino, forget it. Casinos are stupid and gross and have done nothing but damage to our communities. I'm not going to do an ad for casinos. Are so dumb.
Well, I don't think anybody wants us now that we just badmouthed it.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyway. Hey, sweetie? Yeah?
You have a call on line 2.
Oh, you're kidding. Line 2? I wonder who that could be. Hello, caller. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. You're on the air.
Ooh, yeah! Well, all right.
Hey, Gene Simmons. Sweetie, it's Gene Simmons.
Okay, BOOZHOO, Gene.
Yeah, this is Gene Simmons of KISS. How you doing, Natasha?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I wanted to tell you I'm interested in going into business with you. You know, I'm quite a philanthropist and a businessman. You know, KISS has got over 10 million products marketed and with our label on it. And I think that love medicine and the, the black medicine water?
Yeah?
Those are good ideas. You should do that. Or maybe I'll do it. And we could put the KISS logo on it.
Ooh, yeah!
Well, all right.
Yeah, we could do that. Remember that time Paul Stanley called here and he was trying to sell the idea of a KISS Bible?
Oh, yeah. What was he calling it? Christianity or something?
Yeah. How come you guys haven't tried to sell a KISS Bible yet?
'Cause we're Jewish. But coming up this Christmas, you can buy your very own KISS Torah. It's the Torah, the Jewish thing, I think.
Is that what the Jewish Bible is?
Ooh, yeah! I don't know. Yeah, well, I just wanted to call up, tell you I think you're doing a great job. And keep it up.
Well, thanks so much, Gene.
Hey, how do you say goodbye in Ojibwe?
You know, we don't really say goodbye, Gene, because we always know we'll see each other again. So instead, we say, I will see you again. Gigawabamin, Minawa.
Well, Gigawabamin, Minawa. Ooh, yeah! Well, all right.
Wow, Gene Simmons of KISS.
Yeah, I love it how he always says he's of KISS like we're not going to know.
Yeah, not to be confused with Gene Simmons, the actor Jumpin' Gene Simmons from the 1950s or whatever. That was so stupid he chose that name.
Yeah.
Sunny day, la-di-da-di, A-okay. Well, Michael, what do you think?
Should we call it a show?
Yeah, unless you want to add anything.
No, I'm good.
What about you, cutie?
I'm good.
All right. Hey, mama, say the way you move. Gonna make you sweat. Gonna make you groove. Hey, everybody. just want to say from the bottom of my cold, dead heart.
Your cold, dead heart.
Yeah. Gee, miigwech, thank you so much. Miigwech gabizandawieg. Thank you for listening. Dash. Miigwech ganawabieg. And thank you for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Natasha. This over here, this is not a BOOZHOO.
Okay, miigwech.
This over here is Michael Lyons, the rock star cartoonist.
Thanks so much, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Miigwech to MJ and John Redcorn, especially for your super chats. Really appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends, and I will see you again. Gigawaba man, Minowa.
That's awesome. One to teleport.
Make it so, number one. Nah.